Hey, what's up, people? I just got done editing the video and I realized a few things. So here they are. First, the video is long and repetitive. However, it is purposeful so that तुम लोगों को पता चले कि how important something is. The more I repeat, the more important it is. Okay. Second, keep a pen and paper with you and note down stuff. Third, I've only talked about physics, chemistry, and mathematics in this video. So if you guys want some English and CS key advice, go to the link that I've put in the description, or usme there would be a file named advice for 12th boards or something, and in that file I've written the notes of this video as well as some advice for English and computer science as well. Okay, and I had only those subjects, so I don't know any other subject. Oh, also I forgot to mention my marks in the video, I just realized. And so just if you guys want to know, in my 12th boards I scored 92.2%, 94 in physics, 97 in chemistry, I think 91 in English, and something like, I don't know, 94 in CS. I don't remember. Okay, so something like that, and 79 in maths. So if you think ये क्या maths की advice देगा, तो मत लो भाई maths की advice. ठीक है, मेरा बस silly mistakes हुई थी. But anyways, at least take physics and chemistry की advice. Alright, and watch this video in 1.5x or 2x. But take stuff in and note stuff down. Also given you guys notes in the description, so at least take them and implement them. Alright, bye. Yo, so. What is good, people? Welcome back to Living Better. It has been 1,000 years since I've uploaded. I understand that. And you all have grown into old people. Disclaimer, hear me out. Just for your short attention spans, let me make this clear in the first 1 minute of the video. Dude, this video is going to be boring. I am not going to be editing this video so crazy that it, keeps your attention span in and stuff like that. But this video is going to be quick. I'll try my best to cover all the points that I've written over here as quick as possible. Okay? So please just sit through this video and watch it properly. Believe me, it will help you. It definitely will help you. Okay? So without wasting any time, guys, let's just get into the video. So talking about physics specific things, the number one most important thing is read NCERT. NCERT reading is non-negotiable. If you still not have read NCERT, I think it's 15th of Feb right now. Okay, तुम लोग ये वीडियो शायद 16th of Feb को देखो. अगर देख रहे हो, जितने भी दिन बाकी है, मॉडर्न फिजिक्स की NCERT पढ़ लेना भाई, क्योंकि NCERT से क्वेश्चन आते हैं. ट्रस्ट मी, बिलीव मी और नॉट, आते हैं. ठीक है, सो please read NCERT. I literally cannot emphasize this enough. I can sit here and tell you to read NCERT like 100 times, but please, bro, just read NCERT. Okay, it's very important. And reading NCERT does not just mean कि तुम बस ऐसे ही skim through कर रहे हो. नहीं, properly sit and read each and every single line. सोचो कि इसमें से कौन सा क्वेश्चन बन सकता है, कौन सा नहीं बन सकता. By the way, I've got a huge surprise for you guys at the end. So stay till the end. I'll tell you guys about something really good. However, it's not helpful to everyone, but it is something really good. Okay. Next thing, solve examples. Examples which are there in your NCERT textbook, solve them. Okay. I need not say anything else. Just solve them. They will help you. Definitely will. Okay. 100%. Trust me, bro. It's trust me. I got 94 out of 100 in 12th boards in physics. Trust me, they will help you. Okay. By the way, solved examples mein, if you guys know, there are some small theory questions. Okay, some solved questions which build theory. Like I still remember there was one question in semiconductors which said that if I take a P junction and an N junction, and if I just put them together, does that make a PN junction? The answer was no. Why? Find out. Okay, so I still remember that question, and it was just a small theoretical question on the side of the page, but those kinds of questions are the basis for stuff like MCQs and give reasons and all of those things. Okay, so trust me, solved examples, especially those small theory ones. And there are some numericals after which they give you some theory. For example, I still remember there was a numerical in electrostatics where they asked about the forces being balanced out on a triangle, I think. And at the end of that example, I think they wrote something like, if the figure is symmetric, the equivalent force on the middle charge is always 0, or something like that. So some takeaway they've written after the example. So those kinds of takeaways, remember them. Very important for physics and for all the subjects as well. Okay. Next one is additional exercises. So if you guys don't know, in our previous NCERT books, there used to be, after your textbook exercise, like in your textbook exercises, there used to be something called additional exercises. So there used to be like 10 questions or something for your textbook exercise. And then after 10, from 10 to 30 or 10 to 15 or whatever, there were a few more questions called additional exercises. And those additional exercises were really good, very good. High level order thinking skills, HOTS, completely filled with HOTS, only HOTS, no easy questions at all. And they were really good. So do additional exercises, but there's a condition: only after you've completed all the normal exercises. Okay. So additional exercises just basically build your conceptual thing. They build your conceptual knowledge, right? Now, of course, last but not the least, the most important thing probably, solve previous year papers, bro. Solve previous year papers. Give one paper as a proper timed mock. अभी भी दिन बच्चे हैं. मैं तो बोलता हूँ अगर परसों भी है ना तुम्हारा एग्जाम, तो आज बैठकर 3 घंटे के लिए एक पेपर लिखो, पूरा का पूरा थियरी के साथ हर एक चीज लिखो. Write every single thing down as a mock paper, so that you know how it feels like to give a physics paper. Most of the students don't even write one mock paper and they expect to score good in boards. It's not possible unless and until you're an exception. Okay, so if you're just a normal kid, just like me, then do write mock papers. That will help you to know what your speed is like, to know where you take most of the time and where you do not. Okay, so keep that in mind and write mock papers. All right, so that's what I've written. That's it. No BS reference book or marathon watching or YouTube or anything like that. Marathons will help you, but they're only going to help you if you have already completed the entire syllabus. If you have completed the entire syllabus, marathons may help you revise it. Okay, उससे कोई chapter solve नहीं हो जाने वाला तुम्हारा, ठीक है? उससे you're not going to be able to excel in some chapter if you did not know that chapter after you watch the marathon. Okay, so that's not going to help, trust me. All right. And if you have done most of the things that I mentioned, all right, so there might be some people who might know all of these things and they might have already done these things that I've mentioned. If you're like that, then start solving previous year papers. All the sets of last 3 to 4 years or 5 years, and those questions will give you enough practice for whatever conceptual clarity and stuff that you need. Okay, so focus a lot on previous year papers. उनसे तुम्हें pattern पता चल जाएगी. And now, the bonus thing which I was gonna say at the end of the video, but I'm just gonna say it right now. I've provided a link in the description where I've given a list, where I've given the link of a drive, a Google Drive, which I have made, which contains some useful material for boards. Okay, so you guys really should check that out. उसमें काफी सारे questions हैं which I have made. Okay, all of these questions are made by me while I was reading NCERT. So giving a big disclaimer over here, only if you have done all the things that I mentioned, and probably you've not solved all the previous year papers, but all the other things are done, you have read the NCERT very nicely and all of that. If everything is done, only then go to my drive link and find the file called the Last Minute Physics Handbook and solve questions from there. It is completely based on NCERT, by the way. मैंने बाजू में page numbers भी लिखे हैं. The page numbers might be of an old NCERT textbook, so try finding some, like 3-4 years old NCERT textbook, and I think the page numbers will match. So that was it for physics. I tried to rush my best, but yeah, बहुत ज़्यादा time हो गया. But anyways, I hope you guys are taking notes and actually taking in stuff that I'm saying. Okay, pause. Reminder: you're not just watching just another YouTube video and you're going to be forgetting about this after a while. Please take this in and implement it, bro. तू अगर implement नहीं करेगा ना, तो तेरा कुछ नहीं होगा एग्जाम में. आप लोग इस वीडियो को लो और actually implement करो चीजें, ठीक है? मैं resources उतने recommend नहीं करूँगा कि आप मेरे करो अभी. If you guys are done with everything, like you're like a topper basically and you've read everything, then you can go through my resources, because my resources do contain some good questions. Now coming to the general advice. In the general advice, I would again honorable mention, very much honorable mention, NCERT Reading. Please go ahead and read your NCERT book, bro. I don't know how to say this with more emphasis. Just read it. It's the best book for your boards, right? Because your boards are going to be based on NCERT, bro. So if you're out here, you've not read NCERT and you're like कि भाई अरिहंत का all in one कर लेता हूँ, उसके MCQ कर लूँगा, भाई कुछ नहीं होगा तेरा उससे तो, मतलब तू पहले बुक तो पढ़, तू बुक तो पढ़. You guys, are you guys understanding me? You guys might have done the chapters. You guys might have done haloalkanes and haloarenes, but do you know about one fact which is given in the NCERT textbook of haloalkanes and haloarenes जिससे हम लोगों को question आया था last year? You don't, because you've not read NCERT textbook. So grab the NCERT textbook and read it thoroughly, very nicely. Do you know जो लिखा हुआ होता है बाजू में वो भी पढ़ो, पेज के नीचे कुछ नंबर मार के कुछ लिखा हुआ होता है वो भी पढ़ो. तो ना, that is just doing too much. No bro, it's not, trust me. Now NCERT textbook exercises, again you do not need anything else for boards. Textbook exercises अगर अभी तक नहीं हुई, chemistry में भर भर के exercises है, ठीक है, especially for organic chemistry. There are lots and lots of questions for organic chemistry and textbook exercises. So if you have not done textbook exercises, do them. That is your first priority. You should not be looking at any reference books or anything. Just do your textbook exercises. I'm telling you, leave your past papers as well. Do the textbook exercises first and then pick up your past previous year papers and do your mock or whatever thing that you want to do. All right. Now, one thing about how to write answers. Okay. So I've noticed that many people don't really know how to write good answers in boards, and that is why they fail in boards. Fail as in get less marks, right? So very important, because if you guys have the knowledge but you don't know how to write that out, it's a shame, and it's a sad thing basically, right? So hear me out, how to write proper good answers. Okay, for every subject in boards there is a way how you write the answers. That is what differentiates you from an average child. Okay, firstly let me tell you some general stuff. Underline the keywords, and more importantly, write keywords. Don't just be writing bullshit in the exam, bro. Please use some proper keywords. Okay, haloalkane and haloarene का वापस से अगर मैं example दूं, and if they're asking about some stability of carbocations, you should be using a keyword like this is a tertiary carbocation, this is a secondary carbocation, and this is a primary carbocation. And due to whatever inductive effect or plus R effect or resonance, whatever, right? What was that? Hyperconjugation effect. Due to this dash effect and this dash thing, this is the stability order. This is how an answer is written. Next, keep the answers concise. You don't want to be writing an essay for every single answer, okay? So keep the answers concise. Even if it's a 5-marker question, okay? For a subject like physics, depends on the question again, but only filling 2 pages of that board answer sheet, that's enough. That's more than enough for a 5-marker question. Even 1.5 pages is enough if you've written all the information. And for physics, draw diagrams. Okay. See, these are all points. Jo main, honestly, I would give a link to all these notes which I made in the description as well. Okay. तो उसमें से भी देख लेना, so that you guys have the access to notes as well from this video. I'm giving you guys everything. So please implement this, please. Okay. Next, writing formula for every single step in maths. Okay. This might be an overkill, but this is what I used to do. And I feel like this is what gives you step ke marks. Okay. So once you're solving an integral, say you're using King's rule here, mention in the bracket at the side. Okay. Again, next step, mention y. Next step, mention y. Next step, if it is like very obvious, leave it. Next step, obvious, leave it. Next step, formula used, mention the formula that you're using. Okay, very important in maths, very important in physics, very important in physical chemistry. So even in physical chemistry, when you're using a formula, mention the formula. Okay, just write because this is the formula. Okay, or from and then your formula. All right, starting a new answer from a new page, unless your page has only been used for like 2 or 3 lines, then you can start the answer from the same page. Otherwise, prefer starting a new answer from the new page. So, agar आधा page भर चुका है, get to the new page. Okay, they will give you extra supplementary. Don't be afraid to use extra supplementary. Enclosing all the answers in a box. However, do this when your paper is over and then start drawing boxes. But it is preferred for a good, paper presentation that you enclose all the answers in a box. You draw a line before and after every single question, so that there's a way for your teacher to differentiate. Right? So it doesn't take a lot of time. When you're done with the paper, it hardly takes like 2 or 3 minutes to draw lines over the entire paper. So do that if you have time. But first focus on finishing the paper, okay? And now this is a very important one. जो maths में बहुत ज़्यादा लोग करते थे. Do not make a mistake in copying a question from the question paper or copying a step on the next page. It always happens in maths, especially it is bound to happen in chapters like matrices and long integral questions, right? It's gonna happen. So be very careful. और मैं तो बोलता हूँ कि do not ever do this where you are doing one step of matrices over here and then doing the next step over here. Don't do that. Repeat the same step on this page, match the matrices again and again, and then continue doing your step. Okay, that will help you a lot in not making mistakes. For physics, try drawing diagrams where you think a diagram can help the question. Okay, so if the question is something about electric field and flux, and it is, say it's just a question about a hypothetical question where they're asking, this is the shape of something, what would be the flux out of it? So draw the shape and then give your answer. And you can also then mention, as you can see in the diagram, the field cancels out or something like that. Okay, that was just an example, but try drawing diagrams for physics. Do not skip enzymes and intermediate steps in organic chemistry or chemistry in general, okay? Unless it is mentioned in the paper ki you can skip intermediate steps or something like that, okay? Because there are some teachers who will deduct marks for intermediate steps, and boards की answer key में भी मैंने देखा हुआ है कि intermediate step carries like half a mark or 1 mark, okay? And that 1 or half a mark adds up. All right, bro, I'm gonna say it again. Read NCERT, especially now talking about all the subjects for organic chemistry. It is a gem. It is the best thing you can read for organic chemistry for boards. Okay, sure, there are books like Solomons and Frieds and whatnot. The market has all the kinds of books, but NCERT is a very good book for organic chemistry. And this is the last advice for mathematics. Focus on NCERT. If you've already done that, focus on NCERT Exemplar. If you have done that, then open your RD Sharma if you have it, or just access the PDF and solve HOTS RD Sharma ke. Especially for these chapters: matrices, determinants, integrals, differentiation, AOI, and probability. And for AOI and probability, solve case-based questions, okay? Because case-based, I think, boards mein probability or AOI se hi aate hai. So that is it, people. If you are nicely, like really nicely prepared, then look at my own curated questions from NCERT. Okay, the link is in the description. For physics and chemistry, by the way, मैंने maths के लिए कुछ नहीं किया. And that is it. I really hope this video helped you guys. It felt like such a rush, but फिर भी 22 minute हो गए. I don't know edit करके कितना हो जाएगा. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really wish you guys all the very best for your boards. Okay, chill रहना. बस बोर्ड्स के दिन पे तो भाई कोई प्रेशर मत रखना अपने दिमाग पे ज़्यादा, ठीक है? And just be chill and go in there very nicely and calmly and give your exam. Okay, give your best, but please keep in mind all the tips that I've told you guys. Trust me, they will help if you guys implement them. Okay. And to the people, to my old viewers and people saying, "Bhai, tu live stream kab se chalu kar raha hai?" I'm trying my best to start it as soon as possible. मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैंने सोचा था कि मैं सुबह करूँगा. मैं बहुत टाइम से सुबह उठने का ट्राई कर रहा हूँ, बट नहीं हो रहा. So now I'm thinking I'll just start live streaming in the evening. So let's see, let's hope it happens. Okay, my PC is finally repaired. So कुछ ना कुछ तो करते हैं, ठीक है? Alright guys, all the very best for boards. Okay, फोड़ देना भाई, मजा आया ऐसा कर देना. And bye bye, see you, bye.